So, hit the like button, subscribe. On our way back from Germany, currently going through France, and I'm going to turn this round so you can see, right? But it's the weather is bad. You can tell we're on our way back to England. The weather is bad, but I've really tried to stay off social media. When's Southgate getting sacked? That's my question. Why hasn't he been sacked yet? Why hasn't he resigned yet? What the hell are we doing? I've said before, and I'm not going to change my tune, that I think he helped to kind of fix English football to a certain extent. 2018 to sort of 2021, we had a bit of pride back in our nation. We put in some good performances at tournaments. We did that at the World Cup in Qatar as well. What we're now seeing, we're seeing the media going on Jude Bellingham. He has no friends in the group. Certain players annoyed at the advert he did, the Hey Jude advert, saying it undermined them. We've got players that went to the Euros and we seemingly don't know why they went, because they barely got any minutes, and they replaced players that have been integral in the last 5 or 6 years because they weren't deemed good enough anymore. Harry Kane playing, the manager has suggested it's because he was injured that he looked off the pace. Well, if he's injured, why are you picking him? How have we not learned that as Englishmen? I'm frustrated because the toxicity that surrounded England that I grew up with, that led to poor tournaments. I know we got to a final, but we performed poorly, and we were all doing it in the build-up. We were hopeful we would win. There might have been a bit of confidence here, a bit of confidence there, but it was all shrouded in a story of, oh, can you imagine if we did it? It would have been against the odds. We hadn't even been playing very well. With the talent we have, that shouldn't be how we're talking about these tournaments. And the problems that we had in my childhood, egos, not dropping star players because you wanted to fit them all into the team, endorsements and advertising being a problem. The only thing that hasn't creeped in this time, which used to exist, was the WAGs situation. WAGs used to cause a problem for England. But I don't understand what we're deliberating about. You say thank you. You say cheers. Appreciate what you tried to do, Gareth. But see you later. We've got to move on. We have to sack him. And hopefully by the time I've uploaded this video, because it's taken an eternity to upload with the lack of 5G driving through Europe. We did that for you guys, by the way. I hope you enjoyed our Euros content. KJ's knackered, still working away. There's Tom, with his seatbelt on. There's Davey, did you see him there? We had a good time. But now what we want to see is change. Now what we want to see is England thank the manager and try and move on to another level. But hopefully he has been sacked. That's what I'm praying for. That's what I'm hoping for. That is what I'm desperate to see. Aside from that, there are some other very, very, very difficult conversations. Foremostly, Harry Kane. I've had a lot of people tell me that I was reactionary at 5 in the morning for saying that he should not lead the line for England anymore. That we should invest in Ollie Watkins. I've had a few people say, well, Ollie Watkins will be in his 30s in 2 years' time. Good point. Good point. Kane looks finished. Physically finished at the elite end. I'm not saying he shouldn't be part of the squad. I'm not saying that he won't score goals for us. But that man's body is not going to allow him at the elite end of the spectrum to lead the line for England in 2 years. So we have to start looking beyond him. And I know some people will look at that as a sort of disrespect, but no, it isn't. It's paying respect to the country. It's paying respect to Harry Kane. He's been a phenomenal England player. He hasn't been able to get us over the line. He hasn't been able to win us trophies, but who has in the last 58 years? But we saw this with Rooney, we saw it with Gerrard, we saw this with Rio Ferdinand and Alan Shearer. There comes a point where your time is done. You may still be part of the squad, but you're not the main man anymore. And Harry Kane has to go. He absolutely has to go. And I mean, from leading the first 11 as the main number 9, change has got to come as far as I'm concerned. And the next thing, and this has got to be mandated at the FA, don't just pick your best players. Now, to the uninitiated, to the silly people at the back, why would you not pick your best players? You pick your best team, not your best players on paper. We are trying to fit Bellingham and Foden into a team in the same way we tried to force Lampard and Gerrard. Different positions, but the same concept. One of them two had to be dropped all those years ago. One of these two needs to be dropped. You can debate amongst yourselves who that is. I don't really care who it is, as long as we get more balance. We need players that play on the left-hand side of the attack, on the left-hand side of the attack. This will then give us balance, and you'll see a better Declan Rice, a better Mainu. Wharton now needs to start getting game time in this England team, and we need to find somebody to challenge Bukayo Saka. We need to create pressure for positions, because pressure either bursts pipes and players ain't up to the task, or it creates diamonds. It's simple and straightforward as that. This England team's still got talent in it. This England team has still got quality. This England team could still do something at the World Cup in 2 years' time. The mentality will only go to the next level with better tactics and a better approach from the manager, in my humble opinion. And there was reports and there was rumours that win, lose or draw, the manager would stay on. And if that happens, the FA are telling us they're not serious. The FA are telling us that they are not dedicated to trying to bring back trophies, because there must be better managers out there in the world for England than Southgate. Now, what I want to end by saying is this, though, biasly a word? From a biased perspective. I don't know if biasly is a word, it's probably not. It doesn't really matter. I'm not claiming to be a connoisseur of language or an English teacher. I'm a dyslexic YouTuber. But if Southgate does get a new deal, do you know what that means, KJ?
Oh yeah, no more Southgate to United is done.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the good thing. If that happens, then he ain't coming Man United, even if Erik ten Hag does. So there is the selfish Man United fan in me kind of hoping there's a new deal here for Gareth Southgate. The England fan in me, the man who's exhausted right now, no sleep last night, drove across 3 or 4 countries, got the whole team out here. I want England to win. And I don't want Southgate to be part. I don't think Southgate can be part of it. I'm not bitter. If Southgate was to help us win something, I'd congratulate him. I'm not one of these. I was talking to an England fan yesterday that said he didn't want to win because he just didn't want to have to say he was wrong about Southgate. That's weird beta behaviour to me personally. But let's see what happens. Look, I want your views and I want your opinions in the comments section below. Make sure you're subscribing to TFT if you haven't done so already. I'm not sure when the next bit of content is going to be. It depends on how I feel when I get home. Because right now,
it's not looking good, bruv.
It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good at all. Take care, goodbye, God bless, and I'll see you all again soon. Peace!